Hi, thanks for stopping by my work area for Flower Box Quilts. I am a quilt pattern designer, an author, a teacher, and also a vendor. Anyways, thanks for coming. I live in Spokane, Washington. Anyways, today we're going to show you a variety of fall designs that I've published. They're all as patterns on flowerboxquilts.com, which is our website and our pattern line. Anyways, I've been a designer since 1989. I designed a lot of different projects for a lot of different manufacturers and for magazines over the years. But right now, my focus is on teaching. I've taught at Road to California, AQS Paducah, Quilt Festival in Houston, and guilds all over the country. I'm working on virtual quilt projects right now and classes and lectures, and you can find all the information on my website. I will be presenting tomorrow for the Global Quilt Connection, and you can see their webinars on YouTube. Anyways, here we go. Let's get started. One of the things that I'm going to show you is using things that use your scraps. So this is a very easy Dresden plate, great for using scraps. You piece them together by machine, and then I hand applique them to a piece of wool felt and added some embroidery and some machine quilting. This is great for your fall table with a real pretty vase of flowers underneath it. The next thing I'm going to show you are a variety of things where I combine cross stitch with quilting. And this is a set of patterns. There's one for every month of the year, so you can make one, hang it in your office or in your home, and then just change it out every month. So the message is different, the motifs are different, and then you can use all your scrappy fabric from your stash. This is a copy of one of the patterns. So you get 6 patterns for 6 months in each pattern. So they're really quick and easy to do. The other one I'm going to show you is called Cabin in the Woods. And this is another cross stitch design. I do my cross stitch on 14 count because I can still see it. Can't do 18 anymore. But anyways, this is a cute little quilt that you can hang on the wall, or there are patterns for doing it as 2 different pillows within the pattern itself. But again, using your fall fabrics that you have in your stash with your cross stitch. Now, one of the next things I've been doing is English paper piecing. And this is a little quilt using 42 different pieces of orange fabric to make the hexagons in here. All the hexagons are done by hand, and then they are stitched together to make the pumpkin shape in the stem. They're hand appliqued to a base fabric, and then borders are added just like for a quilt, and you can machine quilt it any way you can. In the pattern, there's also directions to make a Christmas tree. So this is a real cute beginning project for English paper piecing. Now, I also like to do hand and machine applique, and so I decided instead of quilts, we would do a set of towels. And there are 6 designs in our autumn pattern for towels. These are 2 of them, and as you can see, they're very easy, fusible appliques that you can do by machine or by hand. And then you can use all your little trims for the bottoms if you want, add buttons, but they're really cute to add some Halloween spirit or fall spirit to your kitchen. I actually don't use them, but I hang them over the rod on my oven, so at least it's decorated for the holidays. These are 2 other ones that are also listed in that pattern. Great way to use up your stash and all those little pieces of rickrack and piping and maybe ribbon and embroidery floss. I have 5 different patterns for towels. This was just the fall one. Now, I also, as you can hear, I like to do things for different months of the year and do them so that you can make one for every month of the year. This is called my welcome door banner. And what you can do is make one for every month of the year. And this looks really cute above your door when you're leaving a house, or I've had people put them on their fences. Anyways, it's real cute. All the patterns are included, so for all the months, and you just use what you have in your stash. Now they are machine appliqued, and you can add buttons if you want. So this is a great one for October. And the next one is for November. So again, we're changing the motifs, but the basic pattern is in the pattern and all the other motifs, and just change your fabrics out. Anyways, another design for a month is called Through the Seasons, and it looks like this. So what you're doing is you're making the blocks, the outside blocks and the center block the same, but you're changing the fabric out for the months. And then where I have the little maple leaf, there are motifs in the pattern for every month of the year, so then you just change that out. So this would be really cute if you had a spot in your house to hang one of these either every month or every season. Have a little shelf underneath it with some little tchotchkes that you can have for every month of the year. Now, we all have tables in our house, whether it's a sofa table or a kitchen table, and usually quilters have table runners on them. So we have lots of different table runners. This is one where it's fairly country looking, and this is just half of it, so you can see it better. Pumpkins, crows, really cute. There's a Ohio star in the middle, so you can put a really cute little candle or whatever on there. Again, fusible applique. The next one we're going to show you, this is called Oak Leaves. And this pattern has a quilt, a table runner that's shown, a pillow, and a placemat. This is a great project to do if you're doing it with a quilting group or friends, because this is a stash buster. So maybe you don't have enough golds, but your friend does. So this is a really fun one to do with a quilt group. Now, the next one, sometimes we have a big centerpiece in the middle of our table, so we don't want to cover it up with an applique. So this is a good one where I cross-hatched the fabric in lights, and then we just added appliques by machine, or they could be done by hand, at the bottom on each end of it, and then use a really pretty fall fabric on the outside. Very easy to do. So those are for fall, but we know that Halloween is coming too. And this is a pattern that has a quilt, a table runner, a placemat, and a wall hanging. So this is the large table runner. They're hand appliqued, and I put yellow fabric behind the orange fabric so that the pumpkin would glow through the orange. This is a great fabric by Thimbleberries, and I just absolutely love it. Now this next one is the quilt that comes in the pattern. So as you can see, we are also including black cats in our designs. Now, no Halloween would be set without having pumpkins. And these pumpkins are pieced, and I use buttons for the eyes, which is a really fun way to use it instead of appliquing a design on it. So this one actually says Boo, and it is pieced. And as you can see on the back, I appliqued the mouth on my machine. And what I do is I do my machine applique and hand applique at the last step of the process. So I am actually appliquing and quilting it at the same time, which does save a step. Now for a more formal look, I guess you would call that for fall, this is a little taste of paper piecing and pieced maple leaves. Again, you can make the pumpkins paper pieced, or you can make them regular piece. But this is a really cute little quilt that could be used on the back of the door, and it could be used for October or November. Now, one of the things, the normal colors for fall would be orange, black, gold, and brown, and maybe cream. But one of the things that the fabric companies are doing now is putting teal in it, and it actually adds a little zing to something. So this is one that I did for the Quilter magazine a while back, and I just love it. Now the blocks that are the leaves can be paper pieced, and directions are in the pattern for paper piecing, or you can regular piece them. But I think that the teal just adds a little bit of zing to the quilt. And again, all of these are patterns and they are found on my website, flowerboxquilts.com. Now here's another one, if you like maple leaves and pine trees. So this is kind of an asymmetrical look, but can be real pretty for a table topper or a wall quilt. Lots of borders. The last one I'm going to show you is Scrappy Leaves. And this is the quilt that is with the table runner that I showed you before that you could do with your quilt group. And let me step back. And as you can see, this one again was the quilt was machine quilted by my machine quilter. I am not a machine quilter. Then what I do is I use fusible web and I center the oak leaves in the middle of the fabric that's already quilted. So it's already flat. I would not use a batting that was really thick, but this works really good for me. Anyways, they're all machine appliqued with a buttonhole stitch. And then instead of using a circle in the middle for the center, I used a button, which is a really cute way to use a button. A button hides a multitude of sins, I promise you. Anyways, these are all projects that are in our website as patterns. I'm going to show you a couple other ones that are all fall. This one is called Country Pumpkins. And again, this is pieced and machine appliqued. This is the Autumn Blaze one I just showed you. This one is called Bless Our Home. And it's fall, but it could also be used all year round. Now, if you're looking to change all your bed quilts for the seasons, which I know a lot of people do, this is a great one. It's called Star-Crossed Quilt. And Star-Crossed Quilt is great for all different colors. But the one for the brown one would be great for the fall. And this pattern actually is written in 5 different sizes. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is called Pumpkin Spice. It is also one that has a wall hanging in it, a table runner, and a placemat. And this is a real cute design too if you like working with half square triangles. Now, one of my original ones is called Happy Halloween, and this is what we call our Big Boo because it is got the big boo on it compared to the other one that had just the little boos on it. But this one fits an entire door, and I love to hang it for Halloween. It's upstairs right now being used. And then it also has a small quilt that's great for using with scraps. And then there's a pillow that goes with it where the design of the actual pumpkin I reduced down and I cross-stitched it on 14 count and then made it as a pillow. This is again our Scrappy Leaves pattern and our boo pattern. Now, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm going to be teaching virtual quilts and lectures. And these are for guild members who are looking for teachers to come to their guilds virtually or live when we're all able to do so. You can find me on flowerboxquilts.com, which is my website, Flowerbox Quilts on Facebook, and also on Instagram. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any questions, just let me know through Facebook or flowerboxquilts@gmail.com. Happy quilting and happy fall, y'all. Thanks. Bye.